In the heart of New York City, where dreams are Medor, crust walks a young man named Asterisk. Ethan Cole Asterisk, 23 years old, bright-eyed and full of hope. He wasn't born into privilege. He grew up in a small apartment above his mother's bakery, where the smell of fresh bread mixed with the sound of ambition. Ethan had just landed his first internship at Asterisk Stratmore and Finch Asterisk, one of the most prestigious marketing firms in the city. It was his chance at a single open door in a hallway full of locked ones. But there was a problem. Ethan wasn't like the others. He didn't wear tailored suits or shiny shoes. His clothes were clean but modest. While other interns talked about vacations in Paris or golf weekends with their fathers, Ethan quietly took notes, determined to prove that hard work could speak louder than wealth. That's the new intern, right? The one who takes the bus. Yeah. Good luck surviving under Mr. Reynolds. Mr. Reynolds, the senior marketing executive, was known for two things: his impeccable suits and his temper. To him, interns were disposable numbers on a spreadsheet. Ethan, however, believed he could learn something valuable from him. He didn't know that the lessons would come with pain. Cole, you're late again. This isn't a charity. It's a company. If you can't handle coffee, how can you handle clients? I'm sorry, sir. It won't happen again. It already happened. Twice. The laughter from nearby desks echoed louder than it should have. Ethan forced a smile, his heart sinking. That night, as he stared at the glowing city skyline from the bus window, he whispered to himself, one day. They'll see me differently. But Ethan had no idea how soon that day would come, or that the same man who humiliated him would one day beg him for help. It was Monday morning at Willow Creek Elementary, a school where the walls were bright, the hallways were loud, and the differences between students were often louder. Among them walked Liam Turner, a quiet 11-year-old boy with gentle eyes and a backpack that had seen better days. His sneakers were torn at the sides, the soles almost separating from the base. Each step made a soft squeak on the polished floor. To most, Liam was invisible. But that day, he became the center of attention for all the wrong reasons. Ms. Carter, the 5th grade homeroom teacher, was known for her sharp tongue and even sharper heels. She prided herself on discipline, neatness, and raising students who looked the part. All right, class, everyone, please stand for inspection before our field trip. Remember, presentation matters. The students stood, clean uniforms, shiny shoes, except one. Liam looked down, trying to hide his feet behind his desk. Liam, stand up, please. Yes, ma'am. Eros Lali. A few kids started whispering. Others giggled. Liam, what happened? To your shoes. Did you wrestle with a dog? The class erupted in laughter. Liam's face burned red. He tried to explain. I'm sorry, Miss Carter. They got ripped on my way to school. I'll fix them soon. Fix them? Liam, these shoes look like they've been through a war. Maybe next time, ask your parents to buy new ones. The laughter got louder. Someone threw a whisper across the room. His dad probably can't afford any. Liam clenched his fists. He didn't want to cry. Not here. Not in front of everyone. He wanted to disappear. But humiliation doesn't vanish easily. It lingers, like an echo in an empty hole. His best friend, Maya approached him with 2 sandwiches in her hands. Hey, don't listen to her, okay? Miss Carter's just mean sometimes. It's not just her. Everyone laughed. They'll forget. No, they won't. They'll remember the kid with the broken shoes. He took a deep breath, watching the other kids play. The sound of laughter felt heavier than ever. Dad works late every night. He's doing everything he can. I wish he knew that. Miss Carter sat at a desk, sipping coffee, scrolling through her tablet. She didn't notice Liam standing silently at the doorway. Miss Carter. Yes, Liam. I didn't mean to embarrass the class. I don't have new shoes yet. Liam, this isn't about shoes. It's about respect. For yourself, for the school. Respect myself, ma'am. My dad says what matters is what's inside, not what we wear. Her expression hardened. That may be true in fairy tales, Liam, but in the real world, people judge what they see. Those words hit him harder than any insult. People judge what they see. He didn't understand why kindness wasn't what people wanted to see. He passed the teacher's lounge, hearing faint laughter. Inside, Miss Cotter was talking with another teacher. Did you see those shoes? Honestly, some parents shouldn't send their kids to school looking like that. You can't save everyone, Carter. True, but maybe I can teach him what standards look like. Liam froze outside the door. His heart sank, not because of the words, but because he finally understood. It wasn't just his shoes she looked down on. It was him. He turned away, holding back tears, and whispered under his breath one day, "She'll know who my dad really is." And she would. But not in the way she ever expected. Days turned into weeks, and the shine of Ethan Cole's first internship began to fade. The once bright office lights of Strathmore and Finch now felt cold, sterile, more like a battlefield than a workplace. Every morning, Ethan straightened his cheap tie in the elevator mirror, whispering to himself, just survive today, But surviving under Mr. Reynolds, wasn't easy. Ethan carried stacks of reports across the room, trying not to spill them. Mr. Reynolds' voice cut through the noise like a blade. "Cole, did you finish the client proposal draft I asked for?" "Almost, sir. I just need to. Almost. Isente. Good annoying. You think clients pay for almost? Get it done before lunch." The team glanced over, pretending to keep working. No one dared speak up for the intern. Reynolds had a talent for humiliation, public, sharp, and surgical. Every mistake Ethan made became a show for others to learn from. Everyone, let this be a reminder. Effort means nothing without results. Ethan swallowed his pride, sat back down, and started over. His hands trembled slightly over the keyboard, the words blurring on the screen. That night, Ethan stayed long after everyone left. The only light came from his monitor and the reflection of rain streaking down the office windows. He scrolled through data charts, cross-checking figures, fixing typos that weren't even his fault. He didn't want recognition anymore, just not to be invisible. At 11:47 p.m., the janitor, an old man named Carlos passed by with a mop. "Still here, kid?" "Yeah." "Just finishing what my boss didn't like." "Bosses never like anything. But you're still here. That means something. Sometimes encouragement comes from the most unexpected places." For a moment, Ethan felt seen. The firm was in trouble. A major client, Harper Tech Industries, was threatening to pull a multi-million-dollar contract after a failed campaign launch. The atmosphere was suffocating. "We can't afford to lose them. Our quarterly numbers depend on this." He glared around the room. Ideas, people, anyone. Silence. Eyes darted, but no one spoke. Ethan hesitated, then raised his hand slightly. "Sir, if I may." "I think Harper Tech's audience wasn't the problem." "The messaging, it's too focused on numbers. People don't buy products, They buy stories, The room went still. "Oh, the intern has marketing advice now. Should we just let you run the company too?" A few chuckles filled the room. Ethan's voice faltered. "I just thought, maybe if we adjusted the tone, made it more personal enough. Stick to printing reports, leave strategy to professionals." Humiliation again, but this time something changed. The look in Ethan's eyes. It wasn't just embarrassment, it was fire. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The words, leave strategy to professionals, kept echoing in his head. He opened his laptop and began working on a new proposal, one that would tell Harpatech's story differently, one that connected emotion to innovation. He wasn't doing it for credit anymore. He was doing it because he believed in it. Hours passed. When the city outside turned from black to gray, Ethan had something he was proud of, a presentation that could turn everything around. But before he could share it, a new problem hit. The next morning, an email circulated across the office. Harpatech officially cancels their contract. Meeting at noon. The company was falling apart. Jobs were on the line. And the man who had humiliated Ethan the most was about to face the consequences. Ethan looked down at his flash drive, his idea, his plan, and whispered, maybe it's time to show them what they didn't see. He didn't know it yet. But that single decision would change everything, not just for the company, but for the man who once made him feel worthless. By noon, the air inside Stratmore and Finch was thicker than the storm outside. Desperation floated through every hallway, whispers of layoffs, angry clients, and the end of an empire built on pride. Ethan sat quietly at his desk, hands trembling around a flash drive inside it. His last 3 nights of work, a plan that could save everything. A plan no one asked him to make, but the meeting had already begun. Mr. Reynolds stood at the head of the table, face pale, tie loosened. The CEO, Ms. Davenport, sat beside him, sharp.com, terrifying. Harpatech has officially terminated their partnership, unless someone presents a solution. Today, we'll begin downsizing next week. A cold silence. Eyes darted, but no one spoke. We're working on a recovery plan. You've been saying that for a week, Tom. The words cut deep. Reynolds looked smaller than ever. Ethan stood outside the glass wall, watching. His heart pounded like a drum in his chest. He pushed the door open. Every head turned. Cole, this is a closed meeting. Get out. I think I can help. You're the intern, aren't you? Yes, ma'am. But I've been studying the Harpatech campaign. I think I know what went wrong and how to fix it. This isn't a classroom, Cole. We don't need a lecture on marketing from a coffee fetcher. Then let me prove it. He walked to the projector, plugged in his flash drive, and clicked. Slides filled the screen, not numbers, not graphs, but faces. Real people. Harpatech users. Stories. Emotion. We forgot who we were talking to. Harpatech builds technology for people. Not corporations. We sold features, not feelings. This campaign shows what their products actually mean. 2 lives. He clicked again. A video clip played. A mother using Harpatech's device to talk to her deaf son. The room went silent. They wanted to change the world. Let's remind people Why ? For a moment, no one breathed. Then Miss Davenport leaned forward. Who made this? I did, ma'am. Last night. She looked at Reynolds. This is what you should have been presenting, not excuses. Reynolds' face went red. You think I'm letting some intern take credit for my department's failure? I'm not here to take credit. I just want to help. You're out of line. He turned to the CEO. Ma'am, with all due respect, he's inexperienced. We can't gamble the company on an intern's theory. Ms. Davenport's gaze hardened. Sometimes, experience blinds us. This boy saw what you didn't. Ethan's heart raced. The CEO stood up. Ethan, send this proposal to Harpatech immediately. I want them to see it before end of day. You can't enough, Tom. I've made my decision. Reynolds froze, defeated, humiliated. Ethan nodded, voice trembling. Yes, ma'am. As he gathered his papers, Reynolds leaned in, whispering harshly. You think this makes you special. If this files, it's asterisk. Your asterisk head, not mine. Ethan met his glare. Then I'll take that risk. You already taught me how to handle humiliation. It was the first time Ethan spoke back, not with anger, but strength. The entire office felt the shift. The intern, who once fetched coffee, now stood taller than the man who used to crush him. Hours later, a single email came in. Subject line: asterisk asterisk re-Harper proposal. Asterisk. Asterisk. The CO opened it, her lips curved into a rare smile. They loved it. Everyone gasped. Reynolds' shoulders slumped. Ethan just stood there, stunned. And just like that, the intern saved the company. But for Mr. Reynolds, it was the beginning of his own downfall. Ethan didn't seek revenge, only respect. And that day, he earned both. Morning light spilled through the glass walls of asterisk Stratmore and Finch asterisk, washing away the shadows of the night before. But something else had changed too. Not just the light, not just the air, the way people looked at asterisk. Ethan Cole, the intern who once went unnoticed, now walked through the office halls, greeted with nods, smiles, and respect. That's the guy who saved the Harper deal. He stayed all night to fix what the whole team couldn't. Ethan tried to stay humble, but there was a quiet glow in his eyes, the kind that comes not from pride, but from peace. At his desk, he noticed something unexpected, a small note on his keyboard. It read, "Good work. Cole, you proved me wrong. TR." It was signed B, asterisk. Thomas Reynolds, asterisk. The same man who once tore him down with every word. Ethan looked across the room. Reynolds stood by his office door, not saying a word, but giving a single nod, a gesture of silent respect. For the first time, they saw each other not as boss and intern, but as two men who had both learned something. Later that week, Ms. Davenport called Ethan into her office. "Ethan, you reminded this company what innovation really means. Courage, empathy, and heart. When your internship ends, I'd like to offer you a full-time position." Ethan smiled, trying to steady his voice. "Thank you, ma'am. ILL, though, my best." "You already did." He looked up at the same skyline he once feared and whispered, "Guess I made it through another day." But this time he wasn't surviving. He was asterisk. Living. Asterisk. Sometimes, the people who are dismissed, ignored, or humiliated are the ones with the strengths to rebuild what others destroy. Ethan didn't fight back with anger. He fought with persistence, humility, and faith in his own worth. And in the end, he proved a truth too many forget. Greatness doesn't come from a title. It comes from the heart behind the effort. So, the next time you look down on someone, remember, the person you underestimate today might be the one who saves you tomorrow.